DJ Larry Jones. It's time for the Power Hour, and I have a very special guest joining me today. She comes from a very legendary family. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to jump right into it. It's Miss Bunny Debarge. Bunny, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. First off, let me thank you so much for joining me today. All right,
Thank you for
and
having me.
absolutely. And you know what? I follow you on social media, right?
Okay.
And you seem to be in a really good place in your life right now, right?
Yes.
Despite all that's going on, all the craziness that's going on in the world, where do you find this good place? Where do you find this happy place? How did you get there?
I find my happy place in God. I believe his every word. I believe I am his child and I fear not. I believe that this is a time that he's allowed this to happen and it's time for us to really look into ourselves and not come back at the same norm. Everybody wants it to get back to normal, but it's a different norm that God wants us to be at. Um, so I just delight myself in the Lord and I trust him with all my heart.
Right. Now, like I said, it's a lot of craziness going on in the world with COVID-19 and all of this racism stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about racism, right? What's your thoughts on everything that's going on today?
Well, it's like we're not free, you know. What's going on with the policemen and black people aren't free, and but today it's like that's not going to happen like back in the day when I was growing up, because everybody has interacted and it's not going to happen today. So I feel we should do it in not in a negative way, not in a way where we're fighting one another, but in a way because I feel love conquers all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we need to do something needs to be done, but it needs to be done with wisdom, not with fighting one another or even marching. Kind of like to me, it's like we've marched enough.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah,
Now, when you came up, it was a lot of it. Now, you grew up in a biracial family, right? Biracial household, right?
yes,
Now, I'm pretty sure you have experienced some sort of racism back then, whether it
yes,
being in a business, whether it being, whatever. Can you take us through some of those times that you have experienced something like that?
both sides as children. Um, Growing up, my father was white. Everybody knows my mom was black. And it really wasn't seen that way. And I didn't see a lot of people that were like us when I was growing up. So we really felt set apart. Everywhere we moved, they were saying, there was those mixed kids. Um, and my father got fired from jobs for being married to a black woman.
Mm,
Going to school was kind of hard to even mingle with either side because the white people felt they were better and the black people didn't feel we were good enough. I mean, the white people felt we weren't good enough and the black people felt we were better. So it was like kind of hard. It really was. Growing up, I wish that my mom and dad had not gotten together at all.
now, did you experience any racism inside the music business?
No. Well,
No.
kind of, sort of. Well, I say more so. I had a cousin that said to me that she felt we got where we got because we were light skinned, you know, uh, people or whatever. She's dark or whatever. But it was like not true.
Right. 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 Now, you've written a book, right?
Yes,
And tell us
I've
the
written
title.
2 books. This is my
You've written two
second.
books. This is
Yeah,
the
my
second book. What was the name of the first book you've written?
the first book was called the Captain's Volume One, and it talks mostly about from my birth, um, the time of day that I was born, and up to where we went to California.
Okay.
The
Okay.
second book is called the Captain's Volume Two, the
Hmm.
Fame Years, and I talk about after we get to California and the music industry, how we got in the music industry, um, and my upsides and downsides of the music industry, and
Yeah. And we're
yeah.
going to get into some of those downsides as well in just a second. But let me ask you this: that biopic that was on, what is it, TV1 that you guys did last year? How much input did you have on that movie? Did you have any say so, or how did you feel about it?
With Bobby Debarge, the biopic
Yes.
about,
Yes.
I had no
Yes.
input on it at all, and it's what really made me get up because I really, really gotten depressed and wasn't putting my second book out, Larry. Um, and after I saw that, I was so upset because we didn't have any input in it, and it was not a lot of things that were even true, and it wasn't even told by any of us. It was told by a wife that he was married to for 5 years. Didn't even know that much. So um, that made me get up and say, okay, you know what? I've got to get this real story out. And I got up and put a fire under me and got the book out.
Wow. Now, you know what? Yeah, I've always wondered that when I saw that. How did you guys actually feel about that? Now, are you still in touch with your brother L and everybody? Are you still in touch with them?
We're kind of estranged. I mean, life has gotten us estranged.
Yeah.
um, and I'm praying about that, because we were a family that were very close knit. And then you get the book, you get that, and you get to hear just how that happened, to see with me. I take you down a road with me, and you get to see just how that happened and how I believe the real enemy is Satan. But we
Yeah.
came from a foundation of a Pentecostal church, and that's why I call the book the Kept Ones. Okay,
Right.
God has kept us for this day, and if I have to be the one that gets up and really surrenders it all to God, that's what it'll be. I'm going to do that because I know that I'm here. I wake up every day because of God and all the things
Right.
that I've been through in life. Um, I know I shouldn't be here. Okay, so
Yeah.
I I want to be a mirror.
And I want to say I'm proud of you. I mean, you did
Thank
come a
you.
long way. Yeah, I'm very proud of you. You
Thank
came a
you.
long way. You're doing so well. You look well,
Thank
and
you.
you're singing. I mean, I've heard you do a remake of a Marvin Gaye song. What's that about?
Oh, that's kind of old. Um, it's not out. It's not anything. I just went in the studio and did it because it was one of my favorite Marvin Gaye songs. But I will put it up on my website for those to hear. It's "Come Live with Me, Angel,"
Well,
and
it
I
needs
have a
to be
couple
out.
of things in there. Yeah, have
It,
you heard it?
I heard it. I heard it.
Oh,
And
really? Okay. Well,
the funny thing about that is you still have that voice that you had when you were younger. You still have that
yes,
voice. It
everybody
sounds
says that. But you know what? That's God too, Larry. Because I'm gonna tell you, um, maybe a year and a half ago, I went into the hospital with a UTI infection, and everything just went crazy. And they collapsed my lungs and
wow.
cut my esophagus, and I shouldn't even be singing. It was a cliff left in there. So when I really did my New Year's show, I was struggling to sing. But I'm okay now. I'm all right now. I'm ready to sing.
I know you are. I know
God
you
is
are.
good. God
Yeah.
is good.
Is there any plans to release new music? I mean, do you think about doing that, like releasing new music to the public?
Yes. I mean, I have been kind of like, I'm used to singing with my brothers, writing with my brothers, and you'll see that in the book, how much that meant to me and how I've been kind of like just holding back. But God, I was the very first Debarge to sing. I'm the oldest, and I was the very first Debarge to sing and write music.
Yeah.
Bobby was the one that was first to do it professionally, go out to Motown. But God has given me a gift, and I want to use it. I want to use it for Him. So yes, there will be new music coming from me when God says that is to happen. That's when it'll happen.
Well, I think you know what. I think you guys should just work out whatever differences you have because you guys are legendary. And you call your brothers and you tell them DJ Larry Jones said this needs to be done. You know what I mean? You guys are legendary as well. When you say the Jacksons, then you have to say DeBarge as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's just synonymous, and I think you guys need to put that together.
yeah,
You know?
I do too. But it's a God thing, Larry. I know that.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
know
is
that
definitely,
it's a God thing.
definitely. But I want to thank you so much for reaching out to us and making this interview happen. I tried to get you on the show, like I think it was last year before the Bobby DeBarge movie came out. Remember
Oh,
that? I
okay.
tried to get you on, and I don't know if well, long story, it didn't happen, but it happened now, and I'm so thankful that you're on. You look beautiful.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Anytime. And the book again, let them know what the book is called again.
The book is called The Kept Ones, The Fame Years, and I'm getting wild reviews on it, great reviews on it. And you can get it on my website, the official bunnydebarge.com. And you can get it at Amazon as well.
Well, I'm going to definitely check it out. And Bunny, thank you so much for calling into the show. All
Thank
right.
you for having me, Larry.